Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to another video of the series Habibi, let's go to Dubai. Well, if you missed the previous video, we shared the exciting journey from UK to UAE, and continuing the story from there, let's go ahead and find out what we did next.
Hello. خواتین و حضرات. No. Hello, the fellows. We have to pick up a Mr. Sam Siddiqui and a couple of things from the airport. तो हम जा रहे हैं लेने, तो हम अभी गाड़ी में बैठेंगे और हम चले जाएंगे. ये लाल लिफ्ट, ये लाल लिफ्ट. ये खुला दरवाजा and
Shahzad, you are an absolute legend for recording those hilarious moments, including those unexpected bloopers as well, which I think you sent me mistakenly. But I'm sorry, I had to include those in this video. We can't thank you enough for picking us up from the airport. Well, moving on to the story.
अब हम जा रहे हैं एयरपोर्ट के अंदर जाके देखें जी दोस्त किधर तक पहुंचा है. ओके जी.
As we approached the exit, Shahzad was behind the camera capturing our expressions and excitement. And guess what? With our voices echoing in the open and bustling airport, we might have stirred up some fellow travelers. Our next stop was our friend's place where we would be staying for the next 10 days. In case you're wondering, our entire trip spans a total of 25 days. But back to the story. We hit the Sheikh Zayed Road and the memories of our time as residents in Dubai came flooding back. It was as if we had never left this place. Finally, we reached Jumeirah Lake Towers, the neighborhood we once called home during our 4 years stay in Dubai. Our friend's place was in JLT as well. However, as luck would have it, our friend Sadaf left her apartment keys at the office, so we had a bit of wait in her apartment lobby. We chatted with Shahzad, eagerly anticipating her return. The moment she came, her arrival filled with excitement and joy gave us the boost we needed after the exhausting journey. We met her and she welcomed us into her apartment. After our meetup, we needed a bit of rest to recharge. I tried to convince Kanwal to take a quick nap, but she was far too excited to meet the rest of our Dubai gang. After an hour, when we woke up, we were greeted with the fantastic news that Sadaf was letting us use her car. She is truly the best. We are blessed to have friends with heart of gold. We dropped Sadaf off at her office and made our way to meet our dear friends and their adorable baby daughter. Driving after a year felt incredible, especially on the road of Dubai, even though they were a bit crowded at 4 p.m. drive. Insane, right? I couldn't resist recording the moment, capturing our reactions. We decided not to ring the doorbell and risk waking up the baby. So we messaged our friend to let her know we are outside. Wait. Meet our dear friend Tehreem. Kanwal and Tehreem took over the moment, and behind the camera, I was reacting just as excitedly. They were screaming, they were not screaming, who knows? But it is safe to say that we all were extremely happy to see each other. We went inside, met the tiny princess and spent some quality time together before Labib, Shahzad, Farial and the little queen, Amal, showed up. It was an absolute blast hanging out with these fantastic people after such a long time.
हम तो इमोशनल हो गए ना. मुझे तो मौका ही नहीं मिला. अब मैं हो रही हूँ.
Tehreem treated Kanwal to a delightful drink, and for once, Kanwal didn't have to worry about the dietary restrictions. You could say she absolutely relished that moment. Pizza arrived for dinner, and let's just say it didn't last long. Knowing we had another dinner later in the evening, I figured I might as well fill up now. The following day was packed with meeting friends, capturing reactions, and hanging out. We even had a brief meetup at a supermarket, an unusual place to catch up. Yeah, I know. Then it was time for dinner with Sadaf again, as she was leaving the UAE that night. Our whirlwind 2 days of travel began and ended with the airport. A truly eventful start to our Dubai adventures. After an incredible long and tiring journey, we hit the bed of all times at 4 in the morning. The exhaustion took over and we both dozed off immediately. But there is no rest for the dedicated. I had been applying for jobs in the UK since my degree was coming to an end. I landed my first interview with the UK company and Kanwal had to attend her office work. We both woke up, started working, and well, it's safe to say, we are incredibly dedicated to our careers. This day, we didn't capture much video content because I was off for a boys only plan, leaving the ladies at Faryal's place for the girls only night. We all met up later in the day, excited for the delicious egg pudding Kanwal was making for us. But before we could indulge, we sat down and the exhaustion was evident. Especially on this new mom's face. She was determined to stay awake and enjoy the moment. Shahzad, on the other hand, humorously flaunted his, well, let's say, food-loving belly, trying to convince us he could eat the egg pudding being prepared at the moment.
Beef Wellingtons,
Clams.
clams.
The next morning, the guys had a breakfast plan, but I was not exactly thrilled about it. I wanted to sleep and recharge for the rest of my Dubai days. Kanwal, on the other hand, had her heart set on the plan.
Woohoo! Dubai!
And as a good husband, I had to obey. Love has its own way of making you do things.
So apparently Zohar ho gayi, but we were supposed to be here at somewhere around 10. But as usual, Osama nahi jage. So now we're here.
बहुत मजा आ रहा है, बहुत मजा आ रहा है। बहुत भूख लग रही है, बहुत भूख लग रही है। रुकिए जरा, सबर करो।
We headed to Dubai Hills Mall, especially to a place called Chai Wala.
और आज नाश्ता करना था मेरे दोस्तों को और उन लोगों ने ज़बरदस्ती सुबह सुबह उठा दिया है चाय पीने के लिए। नींद पूरी नहीं हुई है अभी तक और बहुत ही जो है ना तंग करने वाले मोड में हूँ मैं। बस इस वक्त चाय चाहिए और घर वापस जाके सोने का दिल चाह रहा है, लेकिन मैं आप लोगों के साथ घूमूंगा फिरूंगा और आज का पूरा दिन जो है जैम पैक्ड होने वाला है। एक्चुअली इट्स वीकेंड है, तो इसलिए सारे के सारे प्लान्स इन लोगों ने आज के ही कर लिए, सुबह भी, दोपहर भी, शाम भी और रात का भी। अब इसके अंदर देखते हैं कि मैं कितना सो पाता हूँ। आज मैंने ये भी सोचा कि मैं दाढ़ी वगैरह जाके सेट करा लूँ, क्योंकि बहुत ज़्यादा कंप्लेंट्स आ गई हैं लोगों की तरफ से कि मुझे हजामत बनवा लेनी चाहिए। Kanwal, I think we are going the wrong way.
It's a bit epic comparing Chai Wala UK to Chai Wala UAE. The location and the interior in Dubai is a clear winner. The food menu, however, was the same and the taste was quite similar.
उसामा को चाय एंड बटर इतना पसंद है कि यहाँ पे भी
लेकिन ये Kanwal ने मुझे लगा कर दिया है। मैं करता नहीं, लेकिन क्योंकि मेरी बेगम ने मुझे दिया तो मैं खाऊंगा, आखिरी बाइट तक खाऊंगा।
Wow, you're so silly. Keeping Kanwal's dietary restrictions in mind, she couldn't enjoy much of the menu. So we sat there and I had a delightful morning conversation with the best person in the room. Who's that best person? Yes, that's Amal. Her positivity was just what I needed, especially since I was a bit grumpy. Somebody doesn't like to wake up early in the morning, especially when somebody is exhausted. Kanwal finally found something she could eat and we placed our orders. We spent about 40 more minutes at the Chai Wala, then decided to explore the mall a bit.
आज डिसाइड कर लिया है कि मुझे जाके बाल कटवाने हैं, अपनी हजामत बनवानी है और हमारा जो टाइम था यहाँ पर वो भी कंप्लीट हो गया है ऑलमोस्ट। थोड़ी देर में हम यहाँ से इस मॉल से निकल जाएंगे, लेकिन आज के ब्लॉग के अंदर अब हम कुछ और करेंगे और आपको दिखाएंगे कि आगे क्या होगा। After our mall adventure, it was evident that I needed a makeover, a haircut and a beard trimming session to be precise. Some of our friends had been quite vocal about my slightly messy appearance. While I was off for this much needed grooming session, Kanwal had other plans, a gym workout to burn off those extra calories. Surprisingly, the scorching heat outside didn't seem to bother me too much as I embarked my mission to look more presentable. So दुबई में 37 डिग्रीज हो रहा है और ऑनेस्टली स्पीकिंग मुझे बिल्कुल भी पता ही नहीं चल रहा है कि गर्मी की इंटेंसिटी क्या है। इसकी दो वजह हैं, एक तो मुझे यहाँ की गर्मी की आदत है और फिर उसके बाद जहाँ पर भी आप जाएं आपको एसी मिलता है तो शायद वो टेम्परेचर बैलेंस हो जाता है। लेकिन धूप की इंटेंसिटी वैसी नहीं है जैसी यूके के अंदर होती है। यूके के अंदर 30 डिग्रीज के अंदर, 30 भी मैं बहुत ज़्यादा बता रहा हूँ, 33 के अंदर देखा है मैंने, स्किन जल जाती है, आप धूप के अंदर घूम नहीं सकते, सांस नहीं आती है। तो इट्स कम्प्लीटली डिफरेंट एक्सपीरियंस। 37 यहाँ का, 31 वहाँ का, ज़मीन आसमान का फ़र्क है भाई। पसीने भी नहीं आ रहे मुझे इसको। I decided to revisit a barber's shop I hadn't been to in years. Upon entering, I met the familiar barber who knew just what my messy hair and unkempt beard needed. He worked his magic, removing a fair amount of hair. It was amazing how that simple change made me feel like I would shed a few years, if that even makes sense. After this quick transformation, I made my way back to the apartment to get ready for our next meetup. But before we headed to the designated meeting point, we stopped by Tehreem's place for a delightful catch-up session. We watched Kanwal's vlog, reminiscing about Luton and Dubai. It was fascinating to feel the contrasting vibes of both places. Dubai, a roller coaster, and Luton, a lazy river. Labib and Tehreem got ready as it was nearly time for a special meetup. We were about to meet our dear aunt and my beloved cousin Aisha along with her newly 11-month-old baby boy, Ariz. This was our first meeting with the little one and excitement was in the air. I headed downstairs to fetch the car and waited for our friends to join me. I recorded a few clips, giving you an overview in Urdu of the plan for today. तो प्लान में कुछ चेंजेस हैं, वो ये कि हम लोग आज मदीना जुमेरा नहीं गए, टाइम नहीं मिल पा रहा था, तो सिर्फ आज हम लोग रात में अपना रोमांसिया जा रहे हैं। वहाँ पर जाके सबके साथ मुलाकात होगी, हम खाना खाएंगे, अच्छा टाइम स्पेंड करेंगे, हल्ला गुल्ला करेंगे। उसके बाद फिर देखेंगे कि आगे क्या करना है इस ब्लॉग के अंदर। रोमांसिया के अंदर हम लोग जा रहे हैं मंदी खाने के लिए और आज यहाँ पर सैटरडे है तो काफ़ी सबकी छुट्टी है, तो इसलिए थोड़ी देर और बैठ जाएंगे, कहीं और घूमने फिरने चले जाएंगे। मे बी विल गो टू काइट बीच और समवेयर एल्स चाय पीने के लिए। And then we'll see where this vlog takes us today. Right now, I'm just waiting for everyone to come downstairs. Shahzad is also on his way. वो यहाँ पर आएगा, हम लोग सारे गाड़ी में adjust होंगे, and then we'll leave for the final destination for the dinner, which is Romancia. I'm very excited. Thankfully, Kanwal can eat something सुकून से without even thinking कि यार क्या इसके अंदर gluten है या क्या इसके अंदर dairy का कोई product है, तो it's going to be a very good dinner today. Inshallah. I will call these guys and ask them where they are. Because we are getting late. I am stickler for punctuality and we were running a bit late. So I called the restaurant ahead of time to secure a table. Weekends can be busy and I didn't want to take any chances. We arrived at Romancia and the place evoked memories of our time as Dubai residents. Kanwal and I both enjoyed their mandi and this seemed like a safe choice as Kanwal could savor most dishes without allergy concerns. We were the first party to arrive and this brought a sense of relief. We checked the menu and placed the orders. Meanwhile, I contacted Aisha to confirm her whereabouts. Romancia, however, wasn't the ideal place for a gathering of different families and people. Interaction was a bit tricky and the venue wasn't very kid-friendly. We rarely found everyone at the dinner table at the same time. We had to cancel our planned chai session and headed back to our place. This marked the moment when Kanwal got behind the wheels to drive in Dubai. After a year, she was a bit shaky at first, but she quickly adapted and enjoyed a short, relaxing drive late night in Dubai. This experience made us realize how much we missed having a car in the UK. But our priorities there were different. With your support, who knows? We might just make some of our dreams come true and share them with you. The upcoming vlogs in my Habibi Let's Go to Dubai series will be filled with more adventures, parties, delicious food, fun, travel, and cinemas. So stay tuned. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to join us on our incredible journey.
I will see you in the next one. This is Sama Siddiqui, and that's how I do my thing.